We usually invoke the law of the jungle to describe a state of total chaos. It's a shorthand for ruthlessness, where the only rule is survival of the fittest, and the weak are meat for the strong. Rudyard Kipling intended the phrase to mean the exact opposite. In his original stories, the law is a complex, ancient code of ethics and obedience that regulates every interaction between the jungle people. This structure is tested when a naked human toddler wanders into a wolf's den with the tiger Shere Khan on his heels. By the standards of a survival of the fittest world, the wolves should hand the child over or kill him themselves to avoid the tiger's wrath. Instead, the wolves stand their ground. They cite the law, which forbids the tiger from hunting man in their territory. The toddler's survival demonstrates that the jungle is governed by a rigid civic protocol that overrides the tiger's hunger. To stay with the wolves, the boy must face a legal proceeding at the Council Rock. The rules are specific. Any cub in dispute must be spoken for by at least 2 members of the pack who are not his parents. Balloon the bear, the designated teacher of the law, is the first to speak. He pledges his word to the council and offers to take responsibility for the boy's education. Next, Bagheera the panther intercedes with a financial transaction. Following a specific loophole in the code, he buys Mowgli's life with a freshly killed bull, satisfying the hungry young wolves of the pack. Mowgli's adoption creates a strange irony. To survive among beasts, this human boy must be taught the virtues of loyalty, duty, and honor, traits the animals possess in higher measure than the humans he left behind. Baloo serves as a demanding instructor, using physical discipline to ensure Mowgli memorizes the master words. These specific phrases and accents are used by the birds, snakes, and 4-footed hunters. These words function as diplomatic immunity. By speaking the language of his neighbors, Mowgli secures safe passage across species lines, allowing communication to override predator instincts. Bagheera provides a different kind of lesson. He teaches Mowgli about the realities of power and warns the boy that his human nature makes the other wolves jealous. He points out that Mowgli has the master's eye, an ability to stare down any beast in the jungle. This discipline stands in stark contrast to the Banderlad, or monkey people. They represent the ultimate jungle taboo because they have no law, no memory, and no leaders, only a chaotic, chattering mob mentality. Mowgli's education turns him into a figure of communal responsibility. He learns that a leader's strength comes from his service to the pack, a lesson he carries far beyond the tree line. When political shifts eventually force Mowgli out of the jungle, he enters a human village. The transition is a profound shock to his system. Mowgli watches the villagers with a critical eye. He finds them idle and unnecessarily cruel, noting that they kill for sport and harbor superstitions that the jungle animals would find absurd. He experiences a crisis of identity, realizing he is 2 Mowglis. Caught between human intellect and an animal moral anchor, the tension is constant. His human brain makes him a dangerous strategist, but his wolf upbringing provides the code of honor preventing tyranny. The depth of this crisis manifests physically when Mowgli begins to weep. Bagheera explains that these are only tears, such as menus, identifying a uniquely human trait that the animals cannot share. Mowgli realizes that neither the corrupt village nor the wild jungle can fully claim him. He must forge a new path that synthesizes his human capabilities with the unyielding ethics of the pack. Mowgli finally bridges his 2 identities to defeat Shere Khan and protect the pack from an invasion of the lawless Red Dogs. His victory relies on a tactical synthesis. He uses human tools like fire and complex strategy, but he executes these plans with the absolute, unwavering loyalty he learned at the Council Rock. His leadership personifies the law's central maxim: the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Mowgli rises to become the master of the jungle by combining the intellect of a man with the ethical devotion of a beast. By the time Mowgli is 17, he has grown into a figure of immense strength, yet his mentors notice a new restlessness in him. This change aligns with the 19th century concept of recapitulation theory, the idea that a child must pass through a natural savage phase before they are ready to become a truly civilized adult. He eventually accepts the inevitable. With the bull that bought him fully paid for, Mowgli says a final farewell to Baloo and Bagheera and steps into the world of men. Mowgli's development as a man of character had a profound real-world impact. Robert Baden-Powell, the founder of the Scouting movement, used Kipling's stories as the primary framework for his youth programs, turning the law of the pack into a global standard for discipline and brotherhood. Mowgli re-enters society carrying a code of honor the village could never have taught him. He stands as a reminder that the most disciplined human virtues were learned among the wolves.